Today we may be on the verge of history. The Philadelphia Eagles currently sit at 16-0 with just one more game left to go in the regular season, and it will be here at SoFi Stadium against the Los Angeles Chargers. With a win today, the Eagles will go 17-0, being just the third team in the Super Bowl era to go undefeated during the regular season, and the first to do so in the 17-game era. We have a number of records we're going after today, not just, the first team to go 17-0, but also look out for wide receiver Tykeem Keon coming off his NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance a week ago, in which he had a light 18 catches for 314 yards and 3 touchdowns, helping us defeat the Denver Broncos in overtime to keep our undefeated season alive. Tykeem Keon broke the yards record that game. He already had the touchdowns record, and now he is 7 away from tying Michael Thomas for the most receptions in a single season. So if he gets at least 8 today, he will break that record. On paper, the Los Angeles Chargers are not that good of a team. They're only 4-12. They've massively underperformed this season, and you'd think at surface value they wouldn't have much to play for. They do have plenty of talent, including quarterback Justin Herbert, and plenty of talent on the defensive side of the ball, but that is not translated to wins at all this season. As we look at this QB duel, I'm really focusing on the defense because Malachi Madison has been on fire as of recently, and the defense is coming off a pretty bad game a week ago against the Broncos, in which we were really lucky to win in overtime. So, of course, we have a chance at history, but we're not the only team who could do so. The Seattle Seahawks sit at 0-16. They play against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who have already clinched a playoff spot. So it is a hard game for Seattle, but maybe the Bucs aren't going to be as focused because they know they don't really have to win that game. Last year, the Atlanta Falcons were 0-16, and they won their final game of the season against the New York Giants. So we'll see if the Seahawks or Eagles have similar fate, being one game away from history for good or bad, and, well, not making history. As I said, this Chargers team is very, very talented, but it seems like this core is kind of crumbling down. They started a rebuild in the offseason, trading away some veterans like Joey Bosa. They drafted a quarterback in the second round for really no apparent reason, and it has just been downhill really the entire season. It has been a total disaster for the Chargers, who don't have a lot to play for other than spoiler. But who knows? Maybe they're going to give the Eagles their best performance this season. The Eagles generally don't blow out many teams. That's not their forte. The Eagles have had a ton of come from behind wins this season, even against poor teams like that Vikings game earlier on. The Eagles were down by 11 with like 2 minutes to go, and they won. The Eagles have had a number of come from behind victories this season. We'll see if that's going to be the case today. The Chargers are going to open up with the football as Herbert goes short for a wide-open man. It's the young tight end, Tre'Davious White, in his second season out of the University of Nebraska, getting the first down, moving the chains. If the Chargers can set the tone, who knows? Maybe they could shock the world today. 2nd and 10 from the 41. Here is Herbert. He again goes short this time for his running back, Austin Eckler, who brings it to the 30. The Chargers are moving it pretty well, slowly but surely down the field here as they now have the 3rd and 10, still from the 30. Herbert again looks to throw it, and what could be his final game as a Charger goes short, and it's going to be caught for a gain of 8. And unfortunately, Aaron Donald is hurt. That is not good news. As you can see, despite clinching the 1 seed, the Eagles are starting most of their starters today. We'll see if that backfires. 4th and 2, the Chargers are going to go for it. It's a play-action pass up the middle, and the Chargers bring it all the way to the 1-yard line. Herbert was under a ton of pressure, but he was able to connect with Bryant, who was able to make the play. Following play, 1st and goal from the 1. Can the Chargers punch it in? Herbert keeps it on the read option. He is in for a touchdown. And the Los Angeles Chargers start this one on the board, rocking their navy blue alternates as it's 7-0. The Eagles now with the ball, 2nd and 3. Handoff for Rosemont St. Clair. He gets a nice gain. And now Tykeem Keon is hurt. Okay, this is not a good start to the game at all. It's not going to be a serious injury for Keon. He suffers a shoulder strain. He should be able to return later in the game. But the Eagles are not going to rush him back. The postseason is more important than his receptions record, and I think Tykeem Keon knows that. So hopefully the medical staff is smart on when or if they bring him back into the game. 3rd and 8. Madison looks to throw it. He connects with Rosemont St. Clair, who brings it to the 44-yard line. Not enough for a first down. I know it's early, but the Chargers are looking pretty good so far. First play of the new drive, it's Austin Eckler up the middle, gets by Diggins. Eckler hit hard out of bounds by Joko Nwosu, but not before bringing it to the 48-yard line for a nice first down run. Following play here for LA about halfway through the quarter. This time it's Diallo Cooper, the former Australian rugby player, who loses 3, hit hard by the third-year safety, Joko Onwosu. 3rd and 13 now for LA. Herbert again looking to throw, and he goes up the middle, and that'll be a solid first down gain. So the loss of yards on the previous run is not going to matter as Tydavius White gets around 19 on the reception, which keeps the drive moving. Another third down. This time it's 3rd and 9. Herbert has all day in the pocket, takes a shot for the end zone, and it is caught by Tyrell Tutt for the touchdown, the former first-rounder out of the University of Virginia. And the Los Angeles Chargers are dominating so far. I know it's early, but the 4-12 Chargers are really playing some good football. So once again, the Eagles find themselves down. They've been down and behind many times this season as Devontae Smith brings it to the 45. Smith is going to be the go-to guy with Tykeem Keon likely out of the game until the second half. 3rd and 7 now from the 42. The Eagles really don't want to make this game any worse than it is. They got to convert here. Madison again scrambles to the right. He has an open man. It's Devontae Smith who gets the first down. We have a flag, but I don't think this one is coming back. It looks like a late hit on the quarterback, and indeed, the call is going to be a roughing the passer on Los Angeles. So the Eagles will get to move up half the distance to the goal line. It's Alex Decker, a former high draft pick from Notre Dame. 2nd and 6, now at the 9. A minute left to go in the quarter. Short throw for J.T. DeMarco, showboating into the end zone for a touchdown. And the Philadelphia Eagles are on the board. Maybe this won't be a blowout after all, as it's 14-7. That'll wrap up the first quarter. It looks like the Eagles are not going to be gifted a win today by any means. These 4-12 LA Chargers, they want to play spoiler. So we'll see if the Chargers can keep it going here in the second quarter. They have a 3rd and 17 after an early holding call. Herbert goes short for Eckler, jukes by Johnson, but is wrapped up by Mekhi Diggins, well shy of the first down marker. It'll be a 4th and 9. So after a slow start, the Eagles are now starting to get into a groove on both sides of the ball. 3rd and 5. Madison connects with the tight end, Machado Yamaguchi, who brings it to the 9-yard line. Efficient start for Madison. He is 6 for 8 so far. 2nd and goal. The pass is caught in the end zone by Devontae Smith for the touchdown, and the Eagles are going to tie the game. That's Smith's 14th touchdown of the year, and this one is knotted up. Certainly not a blowout. The Eagles were struggling early, but they have made some noise the past 5 minutes or so, and they're right back in the game. Chargers have the ball back. Herbert on first down looks to throw it. His pass is somehow caught by DJ Chark, who breaks the tackle, and Chark is off to the races. And the Chargers are right back ahead after just one play. A 75-yard touchdown for DJ Chark, and it's 21-14. The tides of this game continue to move back and forth. The Eagles have it back. 3rd and 7. It's broken up by Derwin James, the All-Pro safety. Devontae Smith was again the intended target. That would force a punt. Chargers have it back, trying to take a 2-score lead once again. 3rd and 3. Handoff for Eckler. And he is not going to get the first down. Big tackle on the play by Winston Johnson, one of the many players on this roster due for contract extensions in the offseason. The Eagles have it back. 3rd and 7. Madison looks to throw it, and he will connect with Troy Dobbs, who brings it to the 38. Dobbs is getting some extra snaps with Tykeem Keon injured. 3rd and 18 now. Madison scrambles to the right, hopes somebody can get open. It's Devontae Smith, who makes the play, wrapped up at the 39-yard line by Asante Samuel Jr. Nice play for Smith, who continues to be a stud in this ball game. 3rd and 3. Madison looks to throw it. He connects with J.T. DeMarco, wrapped up by the former top 5 pick, Fabian Suggs, out of LSU. 3rd and 4 now at the 11. Not a lot of time left in the half. Handoff for Tazwell Hubbard. Interesting they go for the run, especially because the run hasn't really been working. Timeout is called, 4th and 1. The Eagles are going to go for it. Interesting call here. Coach Champ Britton wants to be aggressive, and that decision will pay off. Devontae Smith catches the touchdown in the end zone, and the Eagles are going to tie it up. Malachi Madison has thrown 3 touchdowns in the first half and has played phenomenally without Tykeem Keon, which really shows how good Madison can be even without his number 1 target. We're going to really focus on running the ball here in the second half. We've struggled in the run game so far. And then defensively, we got to contain Justin Herbert. Both quarterbacks and both passing games as a whole have been phenomenal today. Tykeem Keon back in the game. That's his second catch today, bringing it to the 49. Keon is now 5 away from tying Michael Thomas's record, 6 from breaking it. With that catch, Keon passes Marvin Harrison for second all-times in reception. 3rd and 17, it's picked off in the sidelines. Asante Samuel Jr., the son of longtime Philadelphia Eagle Pro Bowl corner Asante Samuel Sr., with the interception. The Chargers get it back after the turnover. 2nd and 1, Herbert on the run with a dime to the 38-yard line. Great throw from Jay Herbo, and the Chargers are again moving it nicely. 3rd and 2 from the 30. 5.5 minutes left in the quarter. Play action fake. Herbert has an open man short. They get another first down. It's Julito Atkins, the first-round rookie wideout from UCLA. 3rd and 9, now at the 19. The Chargers have it back in the red zone. We'll see if the Eagles can get a stop here. Herbert is incomplete. Could have been intercepted. That was not a great pass. So they're going to have to settle for the field goal here. 36-yard attempt for Joey Sly, who will slip this one down the middle. Sly is known for having great power, but his accuracy is very inconsistent. But he does drill that one to put the Chargers back ahead, 24-21. The Eagles have it back on offense. Malachi Madison looks to throw it. He connects with Tykeem Keon again. The Texas connection for a gain of 19 yards. Keon's had a pretty busy third quarter, and he's getting closer and closer to Michael Thomas's receptions record. From the 38, first down. Madison's under a ton of pressure, hoping to avoid the sack. He is an open man downfield. It's Machado Yamaguchi, who did not need to dive there at all, but still an improbable gain of 17 as we wrap up the third. 24-21, the Eagles find themselves down again going into the fourth quarter. They've been down so often in the fourth quarter and always find ways to win. We'll see if they can do that again today. 3rd and inches from the 12. Madison looks to throw it. He's under pressure and is sacked for a loss of 9 by Tristan Hill. Big play for the Charger defense, and the Eagles are going to be forced to kick a field goal. 38-yard attempt for the Southern California native Zebediah Phoenix, returning home as he sinks the field goal right down the middle. 24-24, and the Chargers are going to get it back here with 9.5 to go. From the 13, handoff for Eckler, gets by Richardson, jukes away from Orient. Nice gain of 18 for Austin Eckler, who hasn't gotten the ball as much as he should today. He has been a weapon for this Chargers offense. 3rd and 11, screen for Eckler. There's no way the Eagles let him get this. Do they? He's close. He got 11. C.J. Thomas with the tackle, and they're going to say he did not get it. So the Eagles defense gets the stop. They have it back on offense, looking to take the lead for the first time today. 2nd and 4. It's Hubbard up the middle, and he'll get around 13 yards again, moving the chains. Clock continuing to tick. Under 6 minutes to go. A big 3rd down and 1 for Philadelphia. Play action fake. Madison looks to throw it. He has an open man. It's Keon, but the pass is offline. Keon was wide open, but Malachi Madison missed the throw. 4th and 1. The Eagles are going to punt it. Interesting call. You think they would have gone for it. It is a very good punt, however, as it rolls out of bounds at the 10. What a punt from Jack Fox. So the Chargers are going to get it back with 5 minutes to go, 24-24. Can the Eagles defense get a stop here? 2nd and 3. Herbert looks to throw it. He goes up the middle for an open man. It's Tyrell Tutt, who's been very impressive today. The Chargers receiving corps is a little bit banged up. They've called on Tutt for a bigger role, and he has shined. 2nd and 8, the first sack of the day for the Eagle defense. It's Joe Manning, the corner, who brings Herbert down for a loss of 9. 3rd and 17 now, maybe the biggest play of the ball game so far. Herbert looking to throw it. He's under a little bit of pressure. He will go short. It's caught by Eckler, who is quickly wrapped up by Winston Johnson. So the Eagle defense does get the stop. The offense returns. This is the Eagles' opportunity. Time to seize the moment and become the first team to go 17-0. All they got to do is drive down the field and get what could be the game-winning points as Tykeem Keon gets around 10. That play will tie Michael Thomas for the most receptions in a season in NFL history. Keon now needs one more to break it. Following play, Madison with a prayer. Downfield, it's caught by Rosemont St. Clair at the 12. A huge play for St. Clair. The Eagles are nearing the goal line. 2nd and 5 from the 8. The Eagles are getting closer and closer to punching it in. Play action fake. Madison is sacked. It's T.K. Walker who brings him down as the Chargers call a timeout. 3rd and 13, minute and a half to go. Madison looks to throw it in the end zone. It's Tykeem Keon for the touchdown. Not only did the Eagles take their first lead of the day, but Tykeem Keon catches his 150th pass of the season, which breaks Michael Thomas's record for the most receptions in a single season in NFL history. The booth would review the play, but as you can tell, his feet are down. He got both of them in along with a knee before he went out of bounds. This play would rightfully stand for a touchdown. I kind of think the officials called a review just so they could see the play again, because it's such a historic reception. Why not let us continue to appreciate it and also confirm that he got 2 feet in? So it's 31-24. Now the Chargers are going to look to respond. Herbert goes up the middle for Julito Atkins, who gets 17. LA is trying to move quick. They have around a minute and 2 timeouts. Now it's 3rd and 6 from the 45. Field goal does nothing. They need a touchdown up the middle. It's going to be a nice gain to the 36 for Chark. Following play, 30 seconds to go. Herbert with a shot for the end zone. It's caught by DJ Chark. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and we are tied up at 31. DJ Chark, a channel legend on the Jaguars franchise a year ago, playing a lot like he did in the Jaguars series with 2 unbelievable touchdowns today, including that one. And now the Eagles offense returns. Can they finish the game in regulation? 29 seconds to go with all 3 timeouts. It's a play-action fake. Madison connects with JT DeMarco, who's quickly out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Good throw from Madison as it's now a 3rd and 5. Under 15 seconds to go. Short pass for St. Clair, who rolls to the 41, and the Eagles call a timeout with 7 seconds. The Eagles could kick the 58-yard field goal now. I think Zebediah Phoenix could do it, but they're going to try to get one more play in and then kick the field goal. They got to make sure they can get this off within 7 seconds. Madison takes a shot for Keon for 17-0. It's incomplete, and the clock hits triple zeros. The Eagles mismanage the clock and are unable to win in regulation. So for the 2nd straight week, we are headed to overtime. Wow. The 17-0 season is really coming down to it right now. You guys know the drill. Tails never fails. It landed on heads. So the Chargers are going to start the ball. They have an opportunity to win the game. Last week, we were in the exact same position. Denver won the toss. They chose to start on offense. The defense got the stop. The offense won the game. It's time to do that again and take the 17-0 crown. 2nd and 1, the Chargers get the first down. So unlike Denver, no 3 and out. All the Chargers need to do is score a touchdown, and the 17-0 dream is dead. 2nd and 10. Herbert looks to throw it. Goes up the middle. It's hauled in by Julito Atkins. The Chargers have it past midfield. They are moving it nicely. 2nd and 10 from the 44, under 5 minutes to go. Both teams have 2 timeouts here in the overtime period as it's hauled in for a gain of around 8 by Tyrell Tutt. That'll bring us to a 3rd and 2, the biggest play of the game and maybe the Eagles season. They got to get a stop. Handoff for Eckler, and I don't think he got it. C.J. Thomas is the one who brought him down, so that'll bring up an interesting 4th and inches, and they're going to kick a 52-yard field goal attempt here for Joey Sly to take the lead, and it's wide left. He missed it. I feel like the Chargers had a higher likelihood of converting the first down than making the field goal. That seems like such a questionable call by Los Angeles, and now all the Eagles need to do is score on this drive, touchdown or field goal, and they can become the first 17-0 team in NFL history. Can Malachi Madison, Tykeem Keon, and the boys pull it off? Let's find out right here. We do not want to tie. We're playing for the win. 16-0-1 doesn't really count. 2nd and 6. Madison looks to throw it. He has an open man downfield at Smith. They say he was out of bounds. How does that make any sense? He stopped while he was inbounds. The booth would review it. It is actually kind of close to tell, but they would end up reversing the call. A massive break for the Eagles. Great footwork from Devontae Smith, who did get both feet in. So the Eagles are now going to have the ball in field goal range. They're not going to kick quite yet. They're going to try for the touchdown. If it doesn't happen, obviously they'll be glad for the field goal. 3rd and 4 up the middle. It's St. Clair who bends it inside the 15 as we go to the 2-minute warning. 31-31. 17-0 is 12 yards away. 1st and 10. Madison again looks to throw it, scrambling to the right, and he will run just shy of the first down to the 3. The Eagles are so close. 3rd and 1 now. Madison looks for Keon, and it's broken up by Fabian Suggs. We were hoping for the perfect ending, a Tykeem Keon touchdown to go 17-0. It would have been storybook-like, but it's not going to happen. The Chargers call a timeout to try to ice the kicker. Here we go. 20-yard attempt for Zebediah Phoenix for the win. It's good! And the Philadelphia Eagles win it 34-31 on the road in Los Angeles. History has been made. A first in the National Football League as we have a 17-0 team. It's the Philadelphia Eagles who have done it here in the 2025 season in really the most improbable way possible. This team was not at all like the 72 Dolphins or the 0-7 New England Patriots. Those teams dominated and steamrolled through their opponents. Not us. We had so many come-from-behind wins. We had so many close games. This one, of course, going to overtime. We were down by 14 points at one point. We were down in the fourth quarter, but we found a way to win and make history as the 3rd team in the Super Bowl era to go undefeated and the first in the 17-game era. Both quarterbacks were phenomenal. Malachi Madison was unbelievable today, but so was Justin Herbert. I'm a little bit concerned about our defense going into the playoffs. That's back-to-back really bad performances in which the offense single-handedly carried us to the win. Both teams ran the ball well in the past game. Tykeem Keon, 9 catches, 99 yards, and a score. 7 for 127, and 2 scores for Devontae Smith. And then defensively, both teams really struggled. Both squads had a hard time getting to the quarterback and forcing turnovers. And shout out to Zebediah Phoenix and Joey Sly for both helping us become 17-0. We did it. We made history. We're not quite done with the episode, though. I am going to recap the season real quick. We're going to get to look at the numbers and whatnot for the team. We're going to see the awards and all that stuff. I also want to go over the Seattle game. Remember, they are 0-16, so they have a chance to make history as well. Before we do any of that, I do need to talk about some bad news on the injury front. Unfortunately, we lost one of our key starters up front. The veteran Aaron Donald tore his labrum, and he will be out until probably the Super Bowl. Not ideal. Donald has certainly taken a step down with his age this year. He has been nowhere near as good as we expected, but still, that's a big loss for us. So hopefully he'll be good by the time we get to the Super Bowl, if we make the Super Bowl, which is no guarantee. So let's talk about this Seattle game. They're 0-16. They had the chance at history here against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I figured, why not simcast it, just to see how it goes. Can the Seahawks join us in football immortality, but unlike us, for the wrong reason against the Bucs, who have already clinched the NFC South, and it is all Tampa Bay. 21-3, make it 28-3. Tom Brady knows a thing about 28-3. But yeah, not even close. 45-3 is your final. The Seahawks got absolutely annihilated by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Seattle is the 3rd team in the modern era to go winless and the first to go 0-17, joining the 2008 Detroit Lions, pain, and the 2017 Cleveland Browns. Tom Brady played very well. Capricus Falconbridge did not. Falconbridge is a free agent in the offseason. He is an X factor, but he isn't good. So I don't really know what his market is really going to end up looking like. So history has been made here in Week 18 with the Eagles going 17-0, the Seahawks going 0-17. Of course, as we simulate the week, we have a first-round bye. We already knew that. Nobody else is 17-0. Let's take a look at the standings around the league. The AFC North with 3 playoff teams. The only team not to make it, the team who won the division last year, the Steelers. The Jags and Colts both making it in the South. Shout out to Xander Vanderwall leading a playoff team. The Jets at 8-9 win the AFC East, and then in the West, it's the Denver Broncos who squeak in just barely over the Kansas City Chiefs, who have made 2 of the last 3 Super Bowls. The Lions and Bears both make it in the North. The Panthers and Bucks both in the South. The Eagles and Cowboys in the East. And then in the West, it's the Arizona Cardinals who squeak in at 9-8. Obviously, you got Seattle there at 0-17. I want to talk about this Seattle streak for a little bit. I mean, their roster isn't horrible. It's not good. Certainly one of the bottom rosters in the league, but I'm surprised this team went 0-17. I really don't feel like they're that bad. They look like a 4-5 win team for sure. As we look at our season as a whole, what a year it was. So many come-from-behind games, particularly in the second half of the season, against the Vikings, against New England, who was close, Dallas, Kansas City, Washington, the Broncos, the Chargers. All those games were so close up until the very end, but we were able to win them all. Let's take a look at the stats, and there were a number of notable performers for us on both sides of the ball, including quarterback Malachi Madison, who threw for 5,000 yards, 49 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. I think we made the right move in terms of trading for Malachi Madison. He's an absolute stud. He is a free agent at the end of the year, asking for upwards of $150 million. We had a great run game. Tazewell Hubbard was phenomenal. And, of course, Tykeem Keon, who not just set the receiver triple crown, but he set the all-time record for the receiver triple crown, breaking the receptions, yards, and touchdowns record. And then Devontae Smith was no slouch as well. Smith finished second in the NFL in receiving yards this year, only behind Tykeem Keon. He finished third in touchdowns behind Tykeem Keon and Deebo Samuel. Certainly the most statistically dominant receiving duo in NFL history. The offensive line was quite good, and the defense was good through the first 15 games of the year and kind of sucked towards the end. The pass rush was odd. We had a good pass rush, but Jabari Achabe didn't elevate his game. I can't speak here. Aaron Donald struggled. But it was the secondary who was why the defense was so good. C.J. Thomas, Edmund Orient, Nehemiah Richardson, and Joko Nwosu all had Pro Bowl caliber seasons. Probably the 4 best players on our defense, all in the secondary. And then, of course, Zebediah Phoenix had the greatest season for a kicker ever. 15 of 16 on field goals from 50-plus yards out. I know it says 15 for 17, but that's wrong. You see his 49-yarder is 8 for 7. He only missed 1 field goal all year, and it was from 70 yards out. The rest of the special teams did their thing as well, as we now look at the 2025 NFL awards, starting with the MVP, and they gave it to quarterback Malachi Madison, and this completely was a curveball for me. Madison was never the favorite for MVP. It was always Elliott and McCaffrey, but I guess that last week against the Chargers sort of elevated him. I think it should be Tykeem Keon, to be honest. He's not even in the top 10, which is pretty disrespectful. Champ Britton wins Coach of the Year. As we briefly scroll through the AFC awards, Drake Nelson and James Smith, both of the Raiders, were the Rookies of the Year. Patrick Mahomes took in plenty more hardware, even though the Chiefs missed out on the playoffs. And then as we look on the NFC awards, Madison won Offensive Player of the Year with Tykeem Keon in 5th. Again, very disrespectful to Keon. He had the greatest receiver season ever. Defense Player of the Year was Chase Young. Look at Russell Ingram Jr. in 3rd. Talk about a change of scenery. He was a bust in Tennessee, traded to the Rams, and he's a stud. Machado Yamaguchi finished 7th for Offensive Rookie of the Year. For Best Quarterback, that obviously went to Malachi Madison, with former Eagle Jalen Hurts in 2nd. Best Running Back was CMC. No Tazewell Hubbard in the top 10, which is just completely blasphemous to me. Tykeem Keon with the Best Receiver, with Devontae Smith in 2nd, very well deserved. Jedrick Wills won the Best Offensive Lineman, even though he was our worst offensive lineman, with Ruiz and Kelsey also in the top 10. Nothing for defensive line and linebacker, makes sense. And then C.J. Thomas wins the Best Defensive Back Award, with Orient and Nwosu also in the top 10. And then Zebediah Phoenix will win the Best Kicker Award. We had a number of Pro Bowlers this season. Malachi Madison made it. Obviously, he won the MVP. Tykeem Keon made it. Devontae Smith made it as well. Just his 2nd career Pro Bowl. That can't be right. There's no way he's only made 2. He's had 1,000 yards every season except for last year, which he was injured. Jedrick Wills made it. C.J. Thomas made it again. And then Edmund Orient made it for the first time as well. The only notable omissions for... Oh, Zebediah Phoenix made it as well. The only notable omissions for me are Joko Nwosu and Nehemiah Richardson, both of whom deserved it. I noticed that Nehemiah Richardson has actually never even made the Pro Bowl, which is crazy to me. Richardson's been so good since we drafted him, and he's never made the Pro Bowl. That's wild. Here is the playoff picture as we look at all of the seedings. Obviously, we're the 1 seed. We will play the lowest seeded team who wins amongst the NFC opponents. Interestingly, the 3 wild cards in the NFC, the Bears, Bucks, and Cowboys, are the 3 teams we played against in the playoffs last year, which I found very interesting. Also worth noting, as I said, Xander Vanderwall in the playoffs. He won 2 playoff games for us at quarterback last year. We'll see what he does in Indianapolis. Let's simulate the week. Who are we going to play against in the divisional round? Oh, you guys thought I was going to show you? You're going to have to wait until the next episode.